Hi everyone, Dr. Madewell here, and in this lecture I want to show you how to, number one, pull an Excel document into IBM SPSS. Number two, I'm going to show you how to run an independent samples t-test. And I'm starting the timer. I'm going to do that in 12 minutes. Now, I want everyone to open up the data and brief shared document. And the very first thing that we want to do when we look at age is we want to make sure that our data set does not have any 17-year-olds. Okay. So we double checked. I went to sort. I clicked on DE, went to sort, made sure I didn't have any of those 17-year-olds. Starts out at 18-year-olds. That means 18-year-olds can legally give us consent to participate in our study. We want that. If a 17-year-old snuck in and kind of lied about how old they were, we'll just want to go ahead and delete them. Okay. Luckily, they didn't tell us they were 18. They just kind of snuck in and agreed that they were 18, but then told us they were 17. I appreciate that. But all right, now that we have our data set, we want to save it on our desktop as an XLSX document. Okay. When we save it as an Excel document on our desktop, it makes it easy to open it into SPSS. All right. So make sure it's open and it's saved on your desktop and you know where it's located. Let's go ahead and close it. Next, I want you to open up SPSS. SPSS is already open on my computer. So I'm going to go to File, Open Data. Open SPSS, File, Open Data. If you cannot get SPSS to open, stop the video and hit play once you get here. Okay? All right, we're going to go to, from SPSS's toolbar, we're going to go to File, Open Data. It's saved on my desktop, but we want to change the file type to Excel. Next, we're going to find our data set and hit Open. That is important. We want to open our data set, and my data set was already open, so I'm going to close it out real quick. Go back to SPSS. Go to File, Open, Data. Go to my desktop where it was saved. Make sure not to look for a .sav file. We haven't even made that yet. We downloaded an Excel file. Go to that exact file, the ethical data set that doesn't have any of our 17-year-olds. It asks us what worksheet do we want to open. We don't want to open the code book or any of these source files. We want our data file. We want to read the variable names from the first row of data and ignore hidden rows. Hit OK. Wait, that looks almost the same, right? Excel and SPSS look almost exactly the same. That's why they're so wonderful and they work interchangeably. If you run into Dr. Golden, tell her thank you for having SPSS at our university and for you to learn. Then you can supercharge your career. Now, when we have this open, we want to save it. Go ahead and save it on your desktop. As you could say, you could say data analysis quiz and then today's date. Okay, and save it on your computer so you can go back to it and it'll now be saved as a .sav file. Your Excel is a .xlsx. Your SPSS is a .sav. Very cool, right? Now that we have our data all ready, we're going to be running independent samples t-tests, and I want to show you how to do that. And we are going to do that just showing you point and click. In a future video, we're going to clean and code our data and get it all ready to go. Okay, so let's imagine our data is all ready to go. We want to go to Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test. Go ahead and write this down on your notes. And or take a screenshot, whichever will help you, or do all the above. Analyze. Compare means independent samples t-test. For our grouping variable, we're going to pull over, let's say we want university. Okay, maybe we want to compare SE to Cameron students. Sounds kind of good. Okay, we're going to go to define groups. Cameron were 2s, SE were 3s. Let's hit continue. OSU students were 1s. And we can tell by clicking on Excel and going to our code book. Let's see. Let's just say CDR risk as our test variable. We don't want one item as our test variable. We want a total score, but we haven't calculated those. We're going to hit options. Our confidence interval default is always going to give us our 95% confidence interval, and it's going to exclude cases with missing data, analysis by analysis, and continue. Estimate effect sizes and hit OK. And here we get our output. There were 39 students at Cameron and 23 students at SE. On the CD risk 1, their mean scores were a 2.95 to a 3, not any different. And their standard deviation was a little broader for Cameron, but they also had a larger sample size. Okay. They aren't statistically significantly different, and we didn't violate homogeneity of variance. These are just some little brush ups on information. I was trying to get this done quickly, so you could learn 2 very cool tools. Number 1, how do we get an Excel document into a .sav document? That was number 1. Number 2, what are the point and click steps for running an independent samples t-test? So analyze, compare means independent samples t-test. Hopefully this was helpful. Watch again and follow along. If you have any questions, send me an email. Thanks for your time.